What's up, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in today's video. If you're somewhat into farming or you just want to watch a kid get some stuff done around the farm, you're in the right place. All I ask for you guys to do is, if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. It really helps me out and push my content further for more farmers and people like you to see it. It really means a lot to me. Thanks, guys. With that being said, let's get right into this video. Howdy, pigs! Woo! The pigs are very excited today. They're all excited, they're all hyper, they're all energetic. Now you see, one of the main reasons why they're that way is because they're comfortable. And if they were outside right now in this cold ass weather, they wouldn't be very comfortable. That's why it's really nice to have these barns so we can control the temperature and the conditions and how they live. Because, I mean, look at them. They're all energetic, they're all hyped, they're all happy and good. So, you want to say hi to the camera? You want to say hi? Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Hey, want to say hi to the camera? Hey. Anyway, this group is, I've said it before and I'll say it again, this group is flying. They are growing fast, they are really, really healthy, and they are really full of energy. Coming up here soon, we're gonna probably be sending overstocks out, which will take half the pigs out of here and take them to a person that has only a feeder pig barn. I've explained more about this in other videos, but pretty much we'll have half the pigs that are in here now left, and then we'll have to spread them out and thin them out and spread them all over the building so that they have even space and all that good stuff. So that's what's going to be coming up here soon. So I'm going to chore these pigs, and then we're going to head up to the other barn and we're going to do some stuff to get that building ready for a new group of weaners. Well, we got a problem of the day right here. So this shutter right here is supposed to go in this, where this fan is, where this fan's spinning. It's supposed to, it's just like this. It protects from the wind and air coming in. And usually there's supposed to be shutters right here, but the pigs got a little, I don't know exactly what happened. I just came in here today, and it was like that, so the shutter fell out, and then all the other shutters, all the little blades that keep the wind from coming in, a bunch of them fell out, or they messed with them and broke them out. I don't really know exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the shutter back in here, and then we're going to have to find a way to either put some blades in there. That's what I call them, blades. I don't know exactly what the names are of these, but call them blades. And if we can't do that, we're gonna have to get a new shutter and replace it. But that's why you gotta check pigs every single day, because shit like this happens. And if I wouldn't have came in here today, I wouldn't have saw that, and then all this cold air is blowing on these pigs, and then they could, you know, potentially get sick. So always gotta be on the lookout for stuff like this, because stuff like this always happens. Not always, but expect the unexpected when you're choring pigs. That's all I'll say. So we got them chored. Everything is good besides that shutter. We're gonna have to get it fixed here soon because we don't want all that cold air going in there. But all in all, for the most part, all the pigs look really, really good, and I'm really thrilled with that. But right now, I'm gonna take all this stuff off, and we're gonna go up to the other site, and we're gonna get that all ready to go. So when pigs come Monday, and it's Saturday right now, in 2 days, we can have it all ready to go so that we have a place to put them. It's another beautiful day out here. Not really, it's getting colder. The wind's starting to pick up. The only thing I hate about winter, and I'm not a huge fan of winter, but it's not because it's just because it's cold. But when that wind starts to pick up, boy, it's brutal. Another pro tip when it comes to winter, don't forget to hydrate, because you don't feel like drinking water, but drink water during the winter. I promise you it'll help you out tremendously. What do you know, Duke? What do you know? What do you know? Tell the people how you've been. Woo. Today, what we're really focusing on is getting this building all ready to go for when we get pigs on Monday. So we got these two rooms, these two 1,200 rooms all washed. So now we got to put them all back together. So when these pigs come, they got everything ready to go. So we got to flip these feeders and put them in place just like these ones on this side, but these on this side aren't done yet. And then we got to put these mats in their place, like right here. So all these mats on this side have to go where these mats are on this side. And we got to put down these nipple bars. And also we put these things called brooder heaters in, but I'll talk more about that when we go and get them and start to put them in and explain really the reason why we do that. But yeah, so right now I'm gonna help, my dad and I are gonna get these feeders in the right place, these mats in the right place, make sure all the nipple bars are down and ready to go. So right now we're gonna head over to our shed where we store all our brooder heaters, and we're gonna go get about 20 of those to put into that barn. What's really nice about it is the shed is right next to our hog building. So where we store it's right here. It's an old beat up barn, but I'm gonna back her in here quick. Watch out, Duke. You dummy. Watch out. Got them loaded up, so now it's time to bring them on over and load them up into the building. Backing up part 2, here we go. Backing up to the chute, that way it's easier for us to load them inside the building. That way we don't have to keep making so many trips outside. Got it. Now we're gonna bring them down the alley and just get them all laid out. We got a new feeder that we're gonna put in here for testing reasons, just in case we ever want to put up another barn, or as the ones we got now go bad, we can see if we want to put these in there. And my dad's gonna talk to you guys about all the features that are on this and why we are doing it and all that good stuff. Oh, Pops, what's this goofy looking feeder all about?
Well, so it's a Bremer PT feeder, but all our feeders in this barn are what they call dry feeders. In other words, the pigs get the feed from the feeder, and then they get water from the cups or from the nipple bar. But this feeder this is a wet dry feeder, and it has water in the bottom of it so the pigs can eat and drink right from the feeder. And the selling point on it is that the pigs will waste less water because they're not going from the feeder to the water to the feeder to the water. If you watch pigs when they eat, a lot of times they'll come to the feeder and they'll eat a little bit, and then they go get a drink, and then they come back, and then they go back. And going back and forth, there's a certain amount of water that they waste that ends up in the pit, and any extra water in the pit, you end up just hauling that much more water in the fall or in the spring, depending on when you apply your manure. And the value of the manure is the manure, not the water. So the less water you can haul, the better the nutrient value of your manure is. So, and the less it costs you to have it hauled if you hire it or if you do it yourself, either way. So in the system that we work with, we build kind of two different styles of buildings. We build a 50-foot wide building, which that's what these are, and those are predominantly dry feeders with cups. And then we also build a 70 wide building that has a bigger pen, and those have traditionally always been these wet dry feeders. And the reason for that is because with the bigger pen, a dry feeder, you need more feeder space for a dry feeder than a wet, and the feeders get really, really big, and so a wet dry feeder works better. All that said, the reason we have one in here is we want to see whether there's any advantage for us going forward, either as our feeders wear out or if we ever build a new barn or do something like that, using a feeder like this versus using a dry feeder. So the really nice people at Bremer's, they sent me this feeder. It showed up yesterday, and we're right in the middle of turning. So we're gonna put it in, we're gonna hook the water up, and we're gonna run it, and we're gonna see, it's not very scientific, but we're gonna see how we like it, how we like the adjustment. The other thing that is an issue is when you go to start wiener pigs, some people think it's a little harder to start a wiener pig on a wet dry feeder than it is on a dry feeder. And so we're gonna see the pros and cons and see what we think of it. Among wet dry feeders, this one is a little bit of a hybrid because there's kind of two rules of thought in a wet dry feeder. So some wet dries just have this shelf, and the pigs move this shelf back and forth, and the gap between the shelf and this gate, that's what determines how much feed it lets out. And they either lick the feed off the shelf or they'll knock it till it falls down here in the pan and they can mix it with water. The other type of feeder is they have these paddles, and the ones that have the paddles traditionally don't have this shelf. Instead, they've got a gate, and inside the hopper there's an agitator, and you set it down, and moving the paddle is what makes the feed drop down into the pan. Well, Bremer's, what they've decided to do is they've combined the two ideas, and they've got a system where they can move the shelf, but they've also added these agitators here that if you move the paddle, it moves on top of the shelf. And the reason for that is because in the past, when you get this feeder tightened down so they're not wasting feed, it's real easy for them to get moisture, water up in here, and it bridges and you can't get any feed out of it. So they put these agitators in to help stop that. And then the other thing is, for starting wiener pigs, they're naturally curious, so you can probably set this feeder a little tighter, and with these agitators, the little pigs are going to be able to get the feed off of it and get started better. So starting them on the feeder should be a little easier, and getting them switched over to get the nipple bars out is going to go smoother.
So this is the feeder that we're replacing. The reason why we really are getting rid of this is just because the divider on it broke off. The pigs broke the weld off of this divider. We have dividers in here, you know, just so that they have their own little space to eat, but they broke this off and it was just time to get rid of it. So that's why we're really replacing it, and we're trying out a different feeder to see how it performs, and if it performs better than the rest, then we might, you know, later down the line when these kind of feeders take a crap, we could, you know, replace them with those. Or like I said, if we want to put up another barn sometime in the future, we might put all those in there. So it's just kind of for testing reasons, and why not, you know. So we got all the brooder heaters laid out, and now we're gonna move into the other 1200 room, and we're gonna try to get that ready. The thing that we don't have done in there that we have done in here mainly is the mats. In here we're all washed. I already washed all the mats in there, but in here the mats aren't even laid out yet, and they're not washed. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay out the mats, and then we're gonna flip all the feeders and stuff, and then I'm gonna come in here with the power washer and I'm gonna power wash off the mats, and we'll let them dry, and then tomorrow sometime we'll put the mats where they need to go, because we're getting pigs Monday, so all we really need to do is at least have some space for some pigs. So this room's completely finished and ready to go, so we don't have to worry about stressing about having enough space, because we definitely do. But by Tuesday, we're gonna have this baby done. We'll have plenty of space for them to go. All right, so we got this room almost all the way ready to go for pigs. In this north building, we don't have any of the stuff put back together, but this side is completely all washed. But this side over here, we haven't even started this side yet. And the reason being is because, well, we just didn't get it done in time, and that was it was my first time going, and I mean, it's just my bad. I'll take accountability for that, because I should have put more hours in. I just didn't know. This is my first time doing it, so I didn't really have a feel for it, but now I really do, and I know that time is really money when you're doing this. So I'm gonna start tomorrow, and then I'll just wash as we're getting pigs, which it is what it is. So they're gonna be weaning about 700 pigs every single day. We're gonna get pigs every single day of next week, and then the following week besides Christmas. So it's gonna take probably 2 weeks to fill. So the first week we won't even be able to come in here yet. We'll have 700. It'll take us 2 days to probably fill a room. It'll take us 2 days to fill a room. So it'll take us 4 days total to fill a room. And then on the 5th day, we'll have to put pigs in there. And then we'll have the whole weekend to really get that whole side washed. So I have plenty of time to get it done. I just need to really get it done this week. So that's what I'm gonna do. But that's kind of what's going on right now. And that's kind of the plan of how we're gonna get all this ready. There's a lot more that goes into pig farming than just pig farming. You know, there's stuff like all this stuff, like getting your buildings all ready, getting them all clean and getting them all sanitized and getting them ready to wash, getting them put back together. All that stuff is stuff that you just don't think about when you typically think of a pig farmer, but that stuff comes along with it. So it's a deal. That's too much talking. Let's get right into washing. So I got them all washed in here. I'll have these dry overnight and tomorrow. And then Monday comes, we will put these mats all where they need to be before the pigs get here, and we'll start getting some pigs. So everything's going the way it should, and we're not, completely stressing to get everything done. This was an easy turnover. We had plenty of time to get everything done. Usually we are not allowed to get this much time. Well, we're not allowed, but usually we get on the schedule quicker, and we got to fill faster, so you got to get your buildings ready in time quicker than this amount of time that we were given. But I think we did pretty well getting everything, pretty well done. So yeah, guys, another successful turnaround. We got everything the way we wanted, and we should be pretty ready for when these pigs come in 2 days. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys the whole process of it. And I know I've showed you guys before, but this is just the reality of a pig farmer. One building you get turned around, you get pigs. The next building you ship all your pigs out, and then you got to do the same thing. So it happens pretty quick, and then it won't happen for another 6 months. So it's a lot of work at one time, and then it kind of backs off for a little bit, and then it hits hard again. So that's just the reality of pig farming, and not a lot of people really realize what all goes into that. So hope you guys enjoy it. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Oh, also, don't forget to have a great rest of your day. See ya.